I welcome you on behalf of the National Program Non-Communicable Diseases National Webinar Series. So let me give you, I am Dr. Ramesh Agarwal. I am serving the Directorate for Non-Communicable Diseases. So let me give you a brief overview of what is this training program and how did we start it. With the expert guidance of our additional TG, Dr. L. Swasti, who realized uh, that at the tertiary care centers where we all are sitting right now in the ministry and in the center, so we all are getting training for various non-communicable diseases like asthma, COPD, or diabetes, hypertension. But at the grassroots level, where our all of the healthcare workers to whom we will be talking today actually need some sort of say a CME type of a program where we can update our knowledge from the various experts all over the country. So with this vision, we launched this series of a training program under the non-communicable diseases division of the Ministry of Health. And we launched this series in the month of July. And we had various programs which discussed about chronic respiratory diseases, breast cancers, and obesity, and what to eat, how to eat. And probably this is one of the today's program where what we are eating, uh, how it is governed, what is the quality of the food which we eat, how the government has a control over it, and what is the safety measures which we need to put in when we eat and decide what is available to us. So for this week, today's program is from the none other than Mr. Sridhar Siddharth Roy, who is the principal manager from the Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. So we will be getting with this session, and we will have his expert views from on this particular topic. Before that, I will request our additional DDG, Dr. L. Swasticharan sir, to please address us about our this webinar series. Sir.
Thank you. Good morning. Good afternoon already. Can somebody confirm whether you can hear me?
Yes, sir, you are audible properly.
Thank you, and it's a very exciting day once again. We are here with the NCD programs every fortnight webinar, and I must congratulate my team here, particularly Dr. Ramesh and the team supporting him, along with ECO for organizing this very important series of webinars. You know, in this era of infodemic, you know, we are bombarded with many messages, many informations are available in the internet, and we browse them, you know, on a daily basis in a very heavy manner. But most of the information could be wrong. Most of the information could be perceived in a manner which I want to believe. You know, that's why we need to have clear messages from the experts. So with that in the background, we had started this series, and today, being the World Food Day, you know, we have chosen a topic about healthy eating. We all know that you know, we want to have a healthy life, and for that we hit the gym, so we go to the park for physical activity. And then when you go to the gym, the advice which we usually get is, you know, whatever you are going to achieve here in the gym is also going to be complemented with what you're going to eat at home. So it is a very related matter. You just can't do only one of them. So with that aspect, the healthy diet in terms of the fruits and vegetables and the whole grains and the lean proteins, etc., are going to, you know, help you defeat NCDs from coming into your life. For those of us who already have some NCDs or the other, we may have to learn to live with them in such a way that, you know, we do not have any of those complications of those NCDs with which we are trying to live there. And in India, we all know it's almost a subcontinent, and we have a rich heritage of various cultures. And because of the rapid urbanization, all of them are mixing it. So you can have dosa right from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, and from Gujarat to the northeast. And you can, likewise, you can have all the, you know, all the cuisines of different parts of the country available in other parts where you are not usually expecting to see them. So because of this urbanization, because of the mixing of the cultures, you know, our foods are also getting mixed, and we are eating food which we are not introduced during our childhood, and we are in a way confused whether we are eating healthy or not. And then when we go to, say, for example, a person from the South India or a person from the North India, when they visit a health facility in the North or the South India, the counselor, the nutritionist counselor who would be there in that hospital could be prescribing a diet which is not, which could be alien to him. So he will find a difficulty in adjusting to the new food regime that has been prescribed because of his health conditions or because of the fact that he wants to be healthy. So that needs to be customized according to his culture, according to the foods that he or she is used to eating. So that kind of complexity we are living in now, and for that matter, instead of searching the net, instead of googling on their own or on our own, or instead of asking AI, driven processes like the Chat GPT, etc., we need to hear from the experts. So we are emphasizing on education and awareness. We are also trying to what could be the policy interventions from our side, and how do we engage the community, and also how do we pull in research and innovation into this aspect of today's topic. So today we are very excited to have an expert here. Dr. Roy is here, and we'll be hearing him. And I request my team members here to also go through the chat messages, and if there are any questions there, answer them live. And I'm sure Dr. Roy will be also answering some of them after his session, along with Dr. Ramesh Agarwal. With this, I congratulate them, and let's experts without much ado. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Let me just clarify, I'm Mr. Roy, doctor, and that's very kind of you. I completely agree with what you said, sir, that the traditional food system that we had in the country are changing because of our changing lifestyles. So we have nuclear families, we're eating out a lot. So that's changing our diet. And as a result, we can see that diet-related diseases are also changing from communicable to non-NCDs. So that's the background where our Food Safety and Standards Authority of India's Eat Right India movement started. That's a big beginning. I'll just share my presentation so I can have cues from that. One second. So to begin with, I'll talk about how this Eat Right India movement, how it started. What were the conditions when this movement started in 2018? So overview. Now these figures are from 2014, and we can see we're the second most populous country in the world back then. 800 million beneficiaries of the PDS system, 5 million food businesses. Now the question why? Why Eat Right India? Because at that time the economic burden of foodborne diseases was $15 billion. We had 150 to 177 million number of foodborne disease cases expected by 2030. Okay, now unhealthy diets, what it's leading to is that 58.4% of children under 5 are anemic, and 53.1% of women who are of age are also anemic. And more importantly, 60% of all deaths, more than 60% actually, are linked with NCDs, hypertension, diabetes, etc. Second issue was, of course, sustainable food. So we see that 40% of all our food is lost either in the whole food value chain, like from production to your table. So it's either lost or wasted. Degradation of soil, plastics. Okay. Now, what's the mandate of the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India? The first mandate of this authority is to set science-based standards for food items, all kinds of food items. That's our primary goal, setting of food standards and safe practice. Second is food testing. So we have a huge lab infra in the country, including 260 mobile food labs where you do food testing. We have a quite robust food safety compliance system where, apart from FSSAI, the state FDAs also play a very important and major role. Then we have training and capacity building on the supply side. So we have extensive training programs for not only regulatory staffs, officials, but also food handlers, cooks, chefs, everyone involved in the food system. Now, to begin with, as per the Food Safety and Standards Act 2006, apart from the core regulatory functions of setting standards, compliance, we are over the years have been moving towards a more compliance-based system where our role of the authority, we are trying to move from a completely an enforcer to an enabler. That's why the strong culture of self-compliance to which we have moved a lot, the promotion of healthy diets and sustainable diets, and empowering our consumers. This is where the Eat Right India movement comes in. So the Eat Right India movement is seen as a initiative where not only FSSAI but all stakeholders, every ministry, society, professionals, experts who are involved in the food system are involved in the promotion of safe, healthy, and sustainable food for everyone in the country. Now we have taken a whole of government and a whole of society approach. Like any all ministries from agriculture, health, of course, food processing, consumer affairs, any ministry that has any link with foods, we have MOUs with states and ministries. We have common programs wherever our goals are aligned. Like currently, we are working with the consumer affairs ministry for the promotion of how to read labels, how to empower consumers. Then, of course, we have a whole of society approach also where we are quite linked with farmers, nutritionists, experts, doctors, consumer organizations, and food business operators. As I have explained, so we have a lot of interministerial engagement, MOUs with different ministries. We have MOU with states, where states are our partners in implementing these programs. We have challenges for districts to motivate them to implement initiatives as part of Eat Right India. And we also engage with professionals in the food and nutrition sector, industry and consumer association development agencies, and also more increasingly social media influencers. Now coming to the Eat Right India movement, the Eat Right India movement has three basic pillars. The first one is Eat Safe, where our motto is that food that is not safe is not food. If it's not safe, you can't call it food. But we'll look after personal and surrounding hygienic conditions in food, entire food value chain, combating adulteration, contamination, eliminating toxic residues in food, and preventing hazards of used cooking oil. Second pillar is Eat Healthy. That's where we focus more on how to counter NCDs. So this, as part of this pillar, we promote a balanced diet, which is less and timely, and eating local and seasonal food, diet diversification, including all kind of food items in your thali, in your plate, eliminating trans fats, and a very important program is the reducing salt, sugar, and saturated fats in your diet, for which we also have a program called Aaj Se Thoda Kam. Aaj Se Thoda Kam, we don't exactly say how much salt or sugar or fat to consume, but we try to promote that, do it in moderation. Khaiye. Promoting fortified staples. And the last pillar is Eat Sustainable, so that our food systems are sustainable for the coming generation also. Main motto of that is to eat local and seasonal, to reduce your carbon footprint. You eat what is available locally, like which sir was saying right now, that our traditional eating systems have changed now. Not wasting food, recycling plastics, reducing plastic usage, single-use plastic particularly, conserving water, etc. Okay, so the initiatives as part of Eat Right India, the three main categories. First is the supply side initiatives. So what we do is their focus area is on two sides. One is capacity building on the supply side, and on the demand side, on the consumer side, awareness. So on the supply side, we have a food safety training and certification program. As you might know that we're planning to train 25 lakh food handlers in 3 years by 2026. So as part of which we chefs, food handlers, anyone coming in contact with in the food chain with food are trained. We have primarily two kind of courses. One is a 4-hour basic course. One is an advanced course of 8 hours. Then we have benchmarking and certification schemes. Now the point is that when I eat something, I consume something. If I'm trying to create awareness amongst consumers, so we eat at home, at our workplace, place of work, or when we're eating out. So I'll come to there are two kind of initiatives. One is a premise-based initiative, like we have Eat Right Campus and Eat Right School. Now, in Eat Right Campus, what we do is we identify campuses. Could be could be a jail, could be an office, could be a university, and where we have audits. I'll get that to the procedure in some time. Then we have cluster-based initiatives like Eat Right Street Food Hubs, Eat Right Place of Worship, Eat Right Food and Vegetable Markets, and Eat Right Stations, where there's no premise per se, but there might be a collection of shops selling food items, where we certify the entire hub of that area. Then we have hygiene rating. For addressing adulteration, we have a very unique initiative called the Food Safety on Wheels. These are vans that has advanced food testing facilities. We have 261 of these across the country, where we do plan to have one each in every district. So these Food Safety on Wheels, they are small vans which has labs inside them, and people can do tests, where you can go and get tests done for you any food item. And they also develop as awareness vehicles. We have awareness programs through these vehicles also. They have display screens and all that. We have a dart book for consumers, where you can see household items, how to check for adulteration at your home. We have a magic box which we use in exhibitions and all. And apart from that, we have the food fortification program. Of course, the reduction of salt, sugar, and fat that I mentioned as part of our Aaj Se Thoda Kam initiative. Coming to the initiatives, the Eat Right Street Food Hub, just to give you an example how the certification is done. First, the cluster is identified, like there are like 15, 20 shops in a place. Could be a more organized space like Delhi Haat, or could be some 7, 8 shops somewhere on a road. We first do a pre-audit. We see what the gaps are in the food safety and hygiene conditions in that particular area. Then we have training of all food handlers in that particular hub. And we also undertake an infrastructure improvement, like say proper water supply, drainage, disposal, solid food waste management. Then there's a final audit and certification. The certification is valid for 2 years. After which they have to renew the certificate. Similarly, we have a very popular initiative called which was earlier known as Bhog. Now it's called Eat Right Place of Worship. As part of which food serving areas or your shops around temples or churches or gurdwaras, there we have identified first, is registered. Then we have empaneled agencies, audit partners who audit that area. Again, same procedure, first act training of food handlers is taking place, infra improvement is done. Then there's a final audit and the certification. Similarly, for the fruit and vegetable market, almost similar procedure. For station also. Then we have campuses. As part of campuses, we have had colleges, universities, jails, in fact, tea estate also, which have come as part of that. Then this is a very unique program. This is the Eat Right School program that we have as part of Eat Right India, where our motto is to catch them young. So because if you create awareness at school level, and the children are good, very good ambassadors for taking the right message to their families. This is a slightly different program because we don't have any auditing here as such. We have registration of the school. Then a teacher or a parent of the school is trained or nominated as a health and wellness ambassador in that particular school. There's a matrix, there's some activities they have to do. Once the matrix is fulfilled, the school is given a certificate. So some of the stories, like as part of Eat Right Place of Worship, Sri Mahakal Mandir in Ujjain, Delhi's Akshardham Temple, Siddhivinayak Temple in Mumbai, and markets, INA market in Delhi, mini market in Chandigarh. Eat Right Street Food Hub, very popular program. Kankadiya Lake area in Ahmedabad, Chappan Dukan in Indore, and Delhi's Delhi Haat. Eat Right Station, Jaipur Railway Station, Visakhapatnam, and a lot of many other stations in Delhi also. As part of Eat Right campus, we have IIM, IITs, and of course, the numbers you can see, the numbers have gone up slightly in the last 1 month. Now coming to the capacity building program that we undertake. It's called the Food Safety Training and Certification Program to build capacities of food businesses. So as part of which we train food handlers at food safety supervisors. And these people can also become like the flag bearers of food safety in the particular area where they're working. The idea is that if you train one person, they can train 5 more in the area they're working. They can train newcomers also. As part of First Act, the programs we have, this is a more detailed version, but primarily we have a 4-hour basic program and we have 8-hour advanced programs. Some like milk and milk product training is for 12 hours, more extensive. Some of the campaigns and activities we have been undertaking in the last 6 years. So as I have been talking about the initiatives, the certification programs we have, benchmarking awareness. We have a NetProfan initiative, as part of which we have a community of professionals, dietitians, doctors, experts, who are very helpful in coming up with content and guiding us on what to eat, how to eat, like what we popularize, what we create awareness with. We have challenges for districts, so we motivate district authorities to compete against one another. in getting more certification done, more training done. And we have a Eat Right District Challenge program ongoing currently also, where states are given numbers and they are recognized and awarded. Apart from that, public relations, we have media management through the usual traditional media, TV, radio. We have ad campaigns and everything. We're going pretty big on social media right now. Our followers count is increasing. Apart from that, features, print pieces, etc. And of course, we can create content on videos, television commercials, display boards, a lot of IC material. In fact, we have had very popular Eat Right melas that have taken place in the country. And last year, as part of International Year of Millets, we were the nodal division for the health ministry to promote the health and nutritional benefits of millets across the country. As part of which, we had around 250 Eat Right millet melas across the country last year. And we are now starting Eat Right melas for different districts in the country, and we plan to have around 400 in the coming 1 or 2 years. So the challenge for this is that I have been talking about, the phase 4 is currently on, and the numbering given to districts is on licensing and registration of food businesses, which is like mandatory and compulsory for all food businesses, benchmarking and certification, training and capacity building, and changing food environments where IEC is also involved. Food safety rules I've already talked about, so I've talked about that also. We have had pretty popular commercials on TV and radio, like Aaj Se Thoda Kam, our brand ambassador is Mr. Rajkumar Rao. His ads on Aaj Se Thoda Kam on sugar and salt and fat is quite popular. For food fortification, Mr. Virat Kohli, actress Sakshi Kanwaji, and Juhi Chawla. We have tried to create awareness through media, through social media, through different resources. We have a lot of resources on our website, eatrightindia.gov.in, where you can get a lot of flyers, brochures, books that you can use for any purpose you want. This I talked about. Network I've been mentioning, we have 34 chapters now across the country, and these experts, they help us in curating a lot of content for our awareness programs. Thank you so much. That's a brief introduction to the Eat Right India movement. I hope I've been able to kind of give a briefing on that. Any questions that are from the participants are welcome on this.
Thank you, Mr. Roy, for such an enlightening session on how you people have been working to provide the safe and the right food to the population at large. And like the way you have told us about the safety of the food and the healthy food and the sustainable food and the type of certification and the process which is involved in it. And truly speaking, I was very much excited about the melas which you organize. In Delhi, I can see the Delhi Heart, which is a hub where now the healthy food is available and we can just walk in and enjoy that thing. And probably all over the India also, as you have told that there are now many such initiatives by yourself and the ministry which is doing this. So we can have a couple of questions from the chat. Shweta or Eco, can you just tell me what are the questions in the chat? Or we can take 1 or 2 questions if there are. Just a minute. So someone is asking about how about these courses for community health officers. So I'm not very sure what courses they are asking for, if you can get some lead on this.
I think the fast track training that I have mentioned, that 4-hour basic course for food handlers, we have an online version also. See, primarily what happens, we prefer a more physical training that's more effective. So we have batches of 50 to 100, where a training partner comes and trains these people. And our post training, there's assessment and quiz also, which they pass, they get a certificate. We have an online course available also. We have an app. I'll just share the app's details on the chat box. They can copy it from there. They can take the online test and they'll get a certificate once they clear the questions that are asked after the post training.
Yes, so I think we can give them the links after the session, and you can always get back to us on our site, the participants, and if at all there are any questions, we can forward them to Mr. Roy sir, and probably he will be very happy to answer those questions. Sir, another question which is of concern here is that there are now disposable glasses, which probably are sometimes labeled as carcinogenic, sometimes are not, which has got some wax coating. So, what is your say on that? That's a very general question. Please throw some light on usage of paper disposable glasses and disposable meal plates. Are they not carcinogenic? So, how should we take it as?
So, like, what happens, we have, see, I head the social and behavioral change division. So, my
Yeah.
primary job is to create awareness. Scientific part of it, like, you are right. Like, we, as part of each sustainable program, as part of it in India, we try and promote the use of, we try to reduce the use of single-use plastic because, as you know, the food industry is a major contributor of single-use plastic in the environment. That's something
Yes.
we're trying to change. We, in fact,
Yes.
have a scientific panel on a packaging separate. We have a separate panel. We have different panels for different food products. There's one on food packaging, especially the carcinogenic property that you're talking about. I'll have to check with some expert who is an expert on
Yeah.
packaging. I
Yes.
can get back with that. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, we have a regulation on, you see a lot of across India, be it your
Yeah.
vada pav or your jhalmuri, it's served
Yeah.
on paper, newspaper, this thing, thongas, as
Yes.
we call
Yeah.
it. That's very harmful. That is could be carcinogenic. So we have been running a program on asking the consumers not to use, demand for a steel plate or a pattal or a paper plate than a newspaper because of that ink. That newspaper ink is very harmful for your body. And we also trying to educate vendors not to serve on that food. The packaging is, of course, very important. What you eat in is very important for your health.
I think I fully agree with you, sir, that the traditional, our old traditional things like packaging which is still continued in the southern part of our country, like in the banana leaves. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
gives us such a fresh look and doesn't have any this type of carcinogenic problems or this thing. So this all the information is also available on the site which you can have. So you can share your site on this link also.
I'll
So
show
yes,
share
sir.
the
So
India.
that yes, sir. So that the participants can take advantage of your wisdom and whatever the material is available. So I think we can end this session, and we must thank Mr. Siddharth Roy for giving this valuable insight to our all the participants regarding this the food safety and celebrating the World Food Day with us. Thank you again from the ministry, sir. Yeah, you
Actually,
like to have
thank you
comment?
so
Yes,
much.
sir.
I mean, thank you for giving us a platform to spread
Yeah.
the message. And
Yes.
I'd like to add that the Eat Right India portal, I'll share the link shortly,
Yeah.
has enormous resources in it. From
Yes.
videos to clippings to books, journals, guidance note, it's full of it. We're trying to popularize that.
Yeah.
But if anyone goes and spends some time, you come out
Yeah.
very as a learned and enlightened person. So I'll
Yeah.
ask and request everyone to kindly visit our portal, Eat Right India. I'll share the link on the chat box right now.
Yeah. Thank you very much,
That's
sir.
one.
Thank you. So we can end the session, Team Eco, and we are very thankful to Team Eco, Mr. Avdeji, for organizing this scientific program on such a good scale. Thanks one again, and thanks to Dr. Swasti Charan sir, who joined us for the initial remarks. And we end this session now. Thank you very much.